Obrafour just before then, and the one in the background is Simon and Garfunkel. This is last studio album, the single from the last studio album, Bridge Over Troubled Water, recorded in 1970. That's called Cecilia. Brings us up to 8 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, I wish on this day I had the depth of Michael Buffer's voice to announce this great son of our land, the professor of boxing. The man that took the Australian to the cleaners and taught him that you can make power, but in boxing, it's a father and son business. I present to you the Boxing Hall of Famer, the legend, the icon. Is it the left or the right? The man who says, I'm bad, baby. I'm bad.
Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby.
We want Danny Boy. We want Danny Boy. Let me ask you about Barry McGuigan. Is he going to live with the Nelson power? We're very proud of Barry McGuigan in this country.
Hey, like I said before, McGuigan is good, and he's a fighter. And the way McGuigan fight, there's no way McGuigan can beat me. There's no way McGuigan can go 4 rounds with me because of my power. I got my power, I got experience, I got everything too much more than McGuigan. And I want him, that girl, I call her girl because she don't want to fight me. She's scared of me. She know who I am and what I can do. I know the trainers, his trainers don't want to fight me. Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby.
Yeah, you heard him, Professor. He says he too bad, baby. Azumah Zoom Nelson. Welcome to the Assassin Breakfast Show. Thank you so much. I mean, a week ago, by this time, you were celebrating your 65th birthday.
That's right.
When you started boxing, did you think of this age at some point, that one day I'm going to be this, older gentleman, no more boxing, just living a nice, quiet life?
Me myself, I'm a quiet person already. I don't like problems. I always stay in my one corner, just to relax.
Osmo is on the cry. Right, but it's great to have you, and we this is a day we want to set aside on the show to really celebrate you, but we want to celebrate you through your story. How did boxing start for you?
Yes, it's a long story. My father loved boxing so much.
Okay.
Yes, and he wanted to be a boxer, but he said the grandfather didn't allow him. So, in a boxing match he goes. So, one day he took me to a boxing match. I was about, I think, 5 or 6 years, and I saw 2 small boys fighting. But the other one is a little bigger than the other one. But after the fight, when I saw I didn't know whether the guy is crying or it's just a water. But I saw it on his face. So I thought the other one have cheated the other one. So I told my daddy that he should take me to the ring. I want to fight the other one right now.
Wow.
And he said, okay. Then I pushed him. No, take me inside. I want to fight the guy. But before I realized I'm home. So since then, I always tell my father, Daddy, take me to some place. I want to fight. And then one day I was at my mother's family house at Timber Market.
Okay. I
saw a man with a small boxing shoe with some small boy walking. And when I look at the size of the boxing shoe, I realized that no, this boxing shoe could be for this small boy. And I went to the man and I called him and I said, is this boy a boxer? He said, yes. I look at the boy and I said, but I can beat him. And he said, no. Then I said, okay, then let's fight. And he said, no, I should come to the gym.
Okay.
So he directed me to the gym, and I said, okay, I'll be there. So when the time comes, I call some of my friends. Let's go, we're going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the gym. When I got there, I saw the man standing with the boy there. So I went and called the man. I said, yes, I'm here. The man looked at me and said, who are you? I said, oh, I'm the one that I said I'll beat your boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh, yeah, okay. And he put the gloves on us. The guy beat me so bad that on our way going home, nobody was talking. Because it was disgrace.
I can imagine that your friends like, oh, nabu pam, oh, nabu guabu.
So nobody was talking, and then we all went home.
Wow.
But when I have a small place, so when I went there, I sat down alone, and I'm thinking the mistakes that I made. You know, why I couldn't hit the boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sat there and correcting my mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, okay, I've seen the mistake, I'll go again.
Wow. So you went back to the gym?
Yes, I went back again to the gym. This time I went alone because I don't want.
You don't want. If you lose, you go quietly.
Yeah,
Eh?
quietly. So I went alone, and the man saw me, and then I said, I'm back. And then he put the gloves, and the guy beat me again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time he didn't beat me like
the first time.
You know, and I realized that, hey, I'm improving. So I went to the third time. I went for the third time, and I judged the fight myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, no, today is draw.
Mm-hmm.
And I went again, and I said, this time I won. So we just...
You just made incremental improvement.
So I just keep going, and then until I became member.
Mm-hmm.
So I started the boxing.
Which gym was this?
It was one man called Waleton.
Waleton?
Yes. I don't know if you know. You heard
the masseuse?
Yes, the Mazua.
The Mazua,
Yes,
Wellington.
Yeah, Wellington. Yes. Oh, that's great. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You know. So we are training every time we go to the gym, and we train, and until one day there's a man called Atukwe Kloti.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very good boxer, and they transferred him to Kumasi.
Mm.
So he came back to Accra, and then he opened a gym at Akotoko Academy.
Okay.
Yes. So Waleton took me there,
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a good boxer. So
that's right.
We started everything. How to stand, how to parry the punch, how to avoid, and to, So we became masters there, and then we start fighting.
Wow. I mean, so what was your first professional fight? Do you remember which one?
I think the first professional fight.
You've forgotten that.
I
saw a video of one of your fights, and I think it was before you. I think you lost that fight, and I'm not sure whether it was the first one, but it was the first time I had seen someone throw a hook, and the hook carried them. It spun you around.
My first professional.
I don't know whether that was the first professional fight, but there was a fight I've seen of you that you threw a hook, but you had hit so hard that when you missed,
then the hook took
you onto the canvas.
Yeah.
But over time, how did you improve your craft?
Like I said, the boxing is an art. So, and everything, more you are doing it, the more you are getting experience.
How many hours a day do you normally used to train?
In the morning, we have to go to jogging, and then come back, and then in the afternoon you go to the gym, and then in the 4-5 o'clock you go to the gym again. So it's very tedious.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, boxing. I mean, most people today my age, and I'm also a July born.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is my
okay.
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. And you know, most people my age grew up mimicking you, because we were all little children then. You know, we were born in the 70s. The Gomez victory was in 84. I remember seeing you holding the belt aloft with your white. You're wearing a white kaftan and you had tied a turban around you.
When I was coming.
Yes, when you were coming.
Yes,
and some friends of mine, you know, I remember only one name, Ashite. He says, look, Azumah, they've heard Azumah Bagan. You know, so we just left the house. There was about 4 boys, and we just started walking. And we got to the Accra High Street, and we realized, indeed, people were waiting to see you. So we stood there and saw you. Now, since then, we all started following, you know, boxing. And when you go out to fight, because of course you're fighting mostly in the States, it will be very, very late here when the fights are being held over there. And we stay up to watch. But did you know did you set out deliberately to create our affinity for boxing the way you did when you paid to have your own fights shown live on TV? Okay, so as you gather your thoughts, I mean, we wait late to watch, and you had, you know, did you know that Ghanaians were happy watching you then?
Yes, I know. That's why, you know, I mean, sometimes I pay for the right for Ghanaians to watch.
To watch you.
Yes. When they are happy, I'm happy. You know, and I make sure that they'll be happy.
Indeed. And on a number of occasions, you went on to say, okay, this person, I'm going to finish him in this round. I think, Fennec, you predicted round 6 or 4.
Round 7.
Yeah, and you did. How did you know that I can finish this guy in round 6 or 7?
Yes. You know, like I said, boxing is an act, you know, and when, like from the first round, but before I fought Jeff Fennec in the second round, I said I will knock him out in the 7th round. Somebody have to tell me that, okay, I told my brother that, listen, I'll knock him out in the 7th round. So when we got to the 6th round, let me know. So I'll set him up. So when we got to the 6th round, he forgot. Because the way the fight was going, he's so happy and jumping, so he forgot to tell me the 6th round. So when we came in the 6th round, he said, brother, we now going to the 7th round. I said, oh, why didn't you tell me the 6th? He said, forgot. I said, okay, then I can knock him out in the 7th. I have to go and set him up and come and knock him out. So we went to the 7th. I went and set him up, and I came and I told him that, okay, now I'm going to knock him out. You know, yes. And then I went and I knocked him out. You know, and any time my brother was asking me, how do you set him up? I said,
I want to know too. How do you set somebody up?
And I said, that's why I call professor. Because I said, you can't call professor for that thing.
That's right.
There's
something in there.
Special.
So, yesterday, I'm sure you're the first to have owned a limousine in this country.
Yes.
And I remember, incidentally, yesterday, somebody had written on Facebook. They didn't even know we had not started promoting the show, the interview. And a friend of mine had written on Facebook, he says, hey, so where is Azumah Nelson's limo? I was like, okay, I'll ask him for you tomorrow when he comes into the show. What happened to the limo?
It's in the house.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's in the house. Yes, I see this world, everybody have something that he likes. I went to America and I saw the limousine, and I say, wow, this is nice car, especially we blacks. When we have small money, we like to enjoy.
Sky said, "I'm a
So when I saw the limo, I said, "Oh, this is beautiful. I'll buy some one day." So if you want to buy limousine, you have to train hard and make money to. So when you are training, you focus on the limousine. That you don't allow anybody to beat you, because if somebody beats you, you cannot get the money to buy the limousine. So I mean, that's why when I enter into the ring, I went all out, and then I got the money to buy the limousine. I went to the shop to buy the limousine, the store to buy the limousine, and then they called the money, and then I just paid the money cash, and they said, wow, who is this guy? I said, I'm Azumah Nelson.
The professor. If you just tuned in, it's 24 minutes past 9 on the Sassy Breakfast Show, and we're saluting the legendary World Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Famer, Azumah Nelson. Two-weight world champion. You started out in the featherweight and then went up to the super featherweight. Educate us on why you felt the need to move up in weight.
Well, it tells on your greatness.
Okay.
I conquered the featherweight.
Okay.
And now everybody was afraid of me to fight me. When my promoter Don King called somebody to fight me, Don King would tell the other opponent manager that, listen, we have fight for you. So no, we are ready to fight even tomorrow. It's okay. Who are we fighting? So we fight Azumah Nelson. They say, oh, come on, no. How can we fight Azumah Nelson? So everybody, I I cleared the featherweight.
Yeah.
So I have to move up to the super featherweight, and I move up to the super featherweight, and I clear the super featherweight, and I want to move up to the lightweight and go up a little more. But I think I didn't move early because boxing is boxing is age.
Okay.
So when my speed is coming down, and I couldn't go as far as I want to, but where I've reached is enough.
Yeah, and I remember the featherweight. I mean, you became boxing royalty. You were very come on, a scorecard there. We're doing the scores. Okay, you are behind on the judges' cards, but you had this thing where you can find a rally. In fact, that was similar to the first time we saw that happening was in the Gomez fight in round 11, because in that fight you had only 2 more rounds to go and you were behind on the cards. How do you get that energy and focus to go in and say, I knock out?
You cannot go to somebody's home and just beat him and take the title. You have to knock him out because you can't beat him on points. Because definitely after if you go to the distance, they will tell you that you have lost the fight and there's nothing you can say. So I go with the mind that there's no way he can go to the 12 rounds.
Right.
So, and if you make your mind that you're going to knock him out, you have to know how to start the fight and how to until you knock him out. Then you slow down, and then fighting Gomez in his place,
in his own backyard.
Yes, because he saw me fighting Salvador Sanchez.
That's right.
And he realized that Charlie, this fight will be very, very tough. So they try to send a fight to their hometown for support, because support is very important.
Okay.
So we went there and think if the fight went to the distance, they'll win. And I've made my mind that no way, you cannot go to the distance. So from the first round, I start putting pressure on him. I put pressure on him, and he's throwing the punches, and then some are getting me, some I'm avoiding some of them, and then he got tired, and I said, okay, now you are tired, stand there and take mine too, and then he stood there, he took mine, and then he realized that no, he cannot stand on his feet. Nobody told him to go down, and he went down. And I said, okay. Agbena, finish.
But you tried to move up. I remember watching you and Pernell Whitaker.
Yes.
Looking back at that fight,
Pernell Whitaker is a very crafty boxer, very crafty boxer, and I went to the fight on wrong time, wrong time. There was problems with me, not physically, but
you had emotional issues,
spiritually, and boxing. When you're going to the ring, you have to you don't have to think about anything. You have to concentrate on the fight. And I cannot concentrate on the fight, so I just entered the ring and just did what I can do, and so after the fight, I know he won the fight, but after the fight, I told him that he should give me a second chance. He said that only a fool can give me a chance for second time, and I said, okay, then go.
Because he knows that he didn't have it easy in that fight, But let's move a little away from boxing, we all love you because of your exploits in the boxing ring. And personally, my experience of who you are was watching you on TV when you're fighting and hearing about you. I don't think in that time, apart from watching you do your parade, I think you were on your way to the castle to meet the president, who was at the time called Chairman Rollins, with the title. Apart from that, but I realized one incident summed up the love I think Ghanaians have for you, and this was the unfortunate passing of your first wife.
Yeah.
How did that affect you?
That is some of the reason I lost the fight with
Sweet Pea.
With Sweet Pea, and I decided to even stop boxing.
Wow.
Yes, but I can talk about my wife.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's but the outpouring of love at that time, for me, was great. Again, you know, it showed that we appreciated what you did for the nation. Do you feel that Ghana has honored you enough for what you've done? I mean, you won All Africa Games, you won Commonwealth Games, you've won world titles in 2 different weights. You are a boxing Hall of Famer. Do you think we've honored you enough?
Well, I think so. I think so. So far as God is happy, and I'm happy. And God is taking very good care of me.
Yeah.
You know, apart from God, who can honor you better than God? You know, so what God is doing for me, I can't even thank Him enough.
Yeah, wonderful. So the other thing I wanted to, so you're currently on the board of GOIL. You're also the brand ambassador for GOIL. But your brand ambassadorship, it started many years ago. FSO Polonaise. Does it ring a bell?
Polo. Yes.
It's a car company.
Yeah.
And then you did Leonard's shoes as well.
Wow, this is a long time.
I know. But, I mean, how did you handle the fame? Because this is at a time where businesses are now coming to you and say, you know, Zoom, we need you to help us sell our products. But that also means that everybody else wants to be in your space. How did you handle the fame and kept your nose clean, as they say?
Yeah, it's not easy, you know. This is the world, you know. Definitely somebody will step on your foot, but you have to know how to go about things. And I always forgive people, you know. I always forgive people, and if you do me something wrong, usually I tell my friends that, listen, don't do, if I'm with you, don't do bad things against me. Don't think bad about me, because my God is too powerful to punish you, you know, because I'm not going to punish you, you know. I mean, and I'm a very prayerful person. So when I'm telling you don't do this, don't do that, you know, and you did it, it's up to you, you know, because me, I cannot wake up and say that I have to like, I can slap you, I can punch you, no, you know, and I can fight you if you did wrong to me, you know. I will say, okay, forget, okay, it's okay, leave him. My friends, some of my friends call me Jesus Christ, you know, because everything I say, let's leave it, let's leave it, you know. And the people that hurts me when I said let's leave it, you know, in the end, I'll see how they go about things. I'll see their life, and I'm not happy, you know.
You know, you mentioned being a very prayerful person. I mean, how much of the God factor affected your career?
Well, you can see in my life. You know? Yeah, you can see in my.
So not just your career, but your life in general.
Yes, you can see in my life that, listen, this guy is something special, you know, because I have something special, you know, and that is God, you know. So whatever I do, I give it to God to do it for me, you know. So sometimes even when I'm going to fight, I tell my coaches that, listen, this fight, we finish the fight, 5th round, I knock him out. You know, before the fight, I'll tell you, I've knocked him out 5th round, but we haven't fight. And they ask me, how can we knock him out when we haven't fought? I say, yes. You know, it tells you that there's something in this world. You know, God is powerful. You
know, a lot of people have said, you know, and people say things, sometimes the most ridiculous. And permit me to get you to clear the air today, because you talk about being very prayerful, and other people too say, Charlie, only ni abeku to find me. You osheba nke okawa no etomone ake. When Twingbang Momono, and that's how you were knocking people out.
Bible, God help those who help themselves. Ole no tao, no tao no wawabo. You have to help yourself so that God will help you.
So God did his part, and your part was the training.
Yes, and when you come to the gym, if I'm training, and you don't even know boxing, you have no idea about boxing, and if you see me training, nobody will tell you that, oh, this boy will be a world champion. It tells you I've put everything in the game. It tells you that this is somebody who want to reach somewhere, and I did.
Indeed, you did. I mean, a very sterling record. 3 times world boxing champion. You're Africa's greatest boxing champion. WBC's greatest super featherweight champion of all time. Boxing Hall of Fame inductee in 2004. The 2020 Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame inductee. And of course, your Commonwealth Games and gold in Commonwealth and All Africa Games in 1978.
And World Military Games.
I mean, this is an incredible record. Are you a happy man?
Very, very, more than happy, man.
More than happy?
More than happy, man.
What makes you happy? I mean, do you look back at all of this? What makes Azumah happy?
What makes me happy more is that when I see people happy, I'm happy. When I see people happy, I'm happy. When I see people sad, I'm sad. So I always want to see people happy. Then that makes me happy.
You've done some really incredible things. Not only were you paying for sometimes the rights to have your fights, but you came across people who were very, they made it difficult for you even before you got into the ring. What happened with the Gomez fight the night before Gomez?
Somebody told you something about it.
No, growing up, you made me fall in love with boxing.
That's right.
So I spoke into a lot of people. I mean, Oko damn thing, and you hear some of these stories, and you're not sure whether it's true.
This fight, this is my life. And if I cannot, I lost my first 30 shot. With Fredo Gomez,
with Sanchez, Salvador Sanchez,
Sanchez, and that's the first time I lost in boxing. And
because you had a 13-0 at the time.
Yes.
But that was the first one.
Yes.
And at that time, you were fighting for 15 rounds, or how many rounds?
15 rounds.
15 rounds.
Yes, and I'm not ready for the fight, but it tells you how big heart I am.
Wow.
I have it so big. My heart is so big to put, because fighting for the world title, you need like 6 months concentrating on training, but like 2 weeks notice, and I went there, and so they know themselves that, they themselves knew that listen, this guy wasn't ready for this fight, so since then all of them are afraid of me, including what's her name?
Gomez.
Fredo Gomez.
That's right.
So they're trying to hide and run away from the fight, so we got him on a mandatory defense before, and if he didn't fight, they would take the title from him.
Okay.
So you have to fight. So all they have to do is to take the title to their home for like I said, for their home support, And when we went to Puerto Rico to fight, I was in my room when my guard came to me and said that the 2 ladies are looking for me. And he asked me whether he should let them come in. I said, no, I haven't sent anybody. So he told them that, no, he don't want to see anybody. And then they just forcing to come in. My guard was sucking them. They don't want to go until they called police. The police came in and then sacked them. So after the fight with Gomez, when I knocked him out in the 11th round, now I asked my guard, where is the girls? Because we finished.
You are done with the work. Now they can come.
Now, first thing first. I finished with him. Now, second thing, where is the girls? They ran away.
They ran away. But not have a bathroom. They came. They were to see you before the fight.
Yes.
And you didn't allow that, so they won't see you after the fight.
Okay, then they can go.
But I remember that fight. There were stories about you having people just came to your house and you were giving people money. I mean, are you naturally a generous person? Where did you learn to be so generous?
I'm a giver. I'm a giver from infancy. You can't believe, but if you come to me and you don't have money to eat, like I have lax money that I can buy maybe beans or something. Like we wake up in this morning, we haven't eaten anything. So, but I can give you my money. The money that I have to.
That your last.
My last.
You give that
to you.
Wow.
There's a reason why I give it to you.
Okay.
I give it to you because you don't know where to get food to eat, money to buy food. But if I need that right now and I call God, things happen from my infancy. So I know what I'm talking about. Yes.
Wow. This is brilliant.
Up to today, when I open my mouth, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So you will talk about your book in a moment, 12 Rounds and Life. But before then, of all the fights that you've had, which would you say was your most toughest? Like your toughest fight?
Yes, my toughest fight was with the Mexican. His name is Azumah Martinez.
Martinez, yes.
Yes. He fought, I think he fought a couple of tough guys out there. And
this was when you had moved up in weight?
Yes.
This was, because he was a super featherweight. Okay.
And I hope on him that he was going to be the next super featherweight champion. Yeah. And we crashed, and he realized that he has met his meter. But the guy is so tough that when he threw the punch and I blocked the punch, I felt in my hand that
wow.
So then I said in the ring, then I said in my mind that I have to be very careful. But if this punch, one of these punch, touch my chin, I'll be down and out.
Wow.
So I was very careful, and then we managed to finish the fight, and I won the fight on a split decision or something. And these people said no, they have cheated him, so we have to come for a rematch.
How did the rematch go? Same result.
So yeah, okay. So I came and prepared, and then I went back and I knocked him out in the 12th round. I set him up in the 11th round, and I got him.
Again, you say set up. How did you set him up? That one is for the professor to know.
Professor's work. I set him up in the 11th round, and I came in the 12th round, and I knocked him out. After the fight, we all been pushing to the hospital.
That's right.
And he was looking at my face and I was looking at mine. He's giving me a hand and I'm giving him. Yeah, Charlie, this is a tough fight.
Yeah. Oh wow! So when fights end, do you get to interact with each other when you go back to your changing rooms after the fight has ended?
No, we don't see each other after the fight. Maybe another time.
Okay.
You know, another places. You know, like if there's a fight somewhere, you know, we are not
that you're
fighting.
also going.
We'll
Okay.
get there and then see. Hey, hello, hey, champion, how are you? Then, then we start talking about our fight that we fought. And I said, Charlie.
Have you become friends with any of your past opponents?
Yes, couple of them.
Okay.
Couple of them, because this is our business. You know, this is our business that we say we can do. You know, and then so it's not about. A lot of people don't understand, and then they don't talk to you because you beat him. You know, and I don't see the reason why you have to be annoyed, because this is what you do, and you get your money. So I mean, we meet sometimes, and then you know talk and you know
right.
laugh small.
Okay. So the book, what inspired the book?
The 12 rounds.
Yeah, the 12 rounds in life.
You know, that one for the keys. The one for the keys. It's like, I mean, like whatever you are doing, you have to do it well.
Okay.
You know, you have to do it well. You know, give yourself to God. Whatever you are doing is like it's a teamwork. You know, I mean, be genuine. You know, for the children to learn these ones to know. To I mean, direct them their
steps. Yeah. Wow. So Abdul Basit Mahama has just sent a message on Facebook, and it's a headline from front page of the Daily Graphic, Monday, March 3, 1980. And it reads, Azumah dethrones Sadler.
Oh, it's a long time. It's a long time.
That's 43 years ago.
Yes. I think I was, I don't know whether 18 or 19 years ago, 20. Sadler was the featherweight champion
at the time, man.
At the time, you know, and I think he's the champion, yes. So I have to defend the title. So I fought him, and I think I knocked him out in the 10th round or something. I can't remember.
Right. Now, Abdul sends another message. It says, Azumah has the spirit of Jack Johnson, who famously said, I'm black, they never let me forget it. I'm black, all right, I'll never let them forget it. Azumah Nelson, a man of few words, a man who... let's see, okay, this thing is a little frozen. I'm going to try and get the rest of the message from him. Elite Kids International says, the only boxing professor, welcome to Asasi. And we're celebrating the legend, the professor of boxing. And I just at this point would like to pay some quick bills. And I ask a simple question. What do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just stop anywhere? Well, don't do that. Let me introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be a part. First reason, Gauls Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. Number two is that Gauls Super XP Ron 95 is a high grade fuel, but it's sold at the same price as normal fuel. And Gauls Diesel XP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. With over 440 stations across the nation, join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goil, Good Energy. Goil, Yenara Yediam. In about 8 minutes, we'll be wrapping up the conversation with the legendary Azumah Nelson. If you have any questions, do share it with us. Send it through and let us ask the Prof some of it for you. Now, Prof, three things, and I think you've shared some, but in addition to the stuff you've talked about why you wrote the book, three things that you think has guided your life that you can hand on to young people today who are looking to live a dignified life.
God-fearing, one.
Okay.
Humbleness.
Okay.
And love.
Wow. So be God-fearing, be humble, and you must have genuine love.
Yeah.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So your son, Yao, has he told you he doesn't know how to play football?
And some people are telling me that they didn't see him early.
Prof, that's love speaking. That is love speaking. Some people say they didn't see him early.
By this time.
We'll have our own. Oh wow! But is there any boxer that you look back at and you're like, before retirement?
Yes.
Did himself a favor because the way you were beating the people, he advised himself.
But I mean, you have to know that this is sports, and what pains me so much that the reason I couldn't fight him and I couldn't get him to fight that that time is the biggest money, like 5 million pounds fight, and you are running away from it. Are you crazy? So I didn't meet him that time. Like I'll tell him that let's fight. If you want me to lose, I'll lose for you.
We need the money.
This guy, up to today, because of that, I have never forgiven him.
Oh. So he's the only person you haven't forgiven in this life.
He's the only person. And God knows that he has been foolish.
You as a man who walks into the ring with his own judge and scores,
that's right,
which is his first. Zoom Zoom, the father and son, a national salute champ, and may you live long.
Thank you. God bless.
I think that it's always an honor. The first time I met you was a very embarrassing incident. I just couldn't help myself. So it was at Kempinski. I'm going to share this. I had walked into the bathroom and I'd just taken a leak, and I just turned around and I'm washing my hands, and then Prof also walks in, that's his business, and then comes to stand and he's washing his hands. So I'm looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, Charlie, this is an opportunity for a photograph, but not in a toilet. And I was like, but if you don't ask to, you may not get. So when we both finished washing our hands and we dried our hands, I said, say, champ, I really admire you. Can we take a photo? So right there, we took the photo. But I think you're just a wonderful person to be around. And we celebrate you. You look really young for a 65-year-old. Because I've seen I've seen. I was preparing. I looked up some of the people you had fought. Some of the names that I remember, like Marco Villasana. You know, that was a tough fight.
Yeah, very tough fight. Very tough.
You know, Gomez is now an old man. He looks older than, because he's a year older than you. He's 66 at the moment, but he's a lot older looking. You know, have you ever been in touch with him since? When was the last time you got in touch?
Yes, the last time I saw him, he was so big.
Yeah, he's put on a lot of weight.
It looked like somebody who cannot walk. They're pushing him on that. Las Vegas. Yeah, I think Las Vegas.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Interesting times. Well, we are just about wrapping up. If you are home and you're relaxing, what kind of music do you like listening to? I like a couple of them. I like, apart from church music, and I like Brantier. Okay.
And what was the name again? Daddy Lumba.
Daddy Lumba. Okay. Right.
Entry and Kojo Entry and Pat Thomas and the rest.
Okay. Some really good names you mentioned there. I think I have a final question. I mean, lately, our young boxers are going out there, and we're not getting the world champions. I mean, there was a time that we had, I think, during your time, we probably had about 3 world champions.
Yeah.
I think there was you, there was Nanaya Akonedu, who was Bantam at the time. And then I think Ikwote also made it in that period.
What's the name? This Joshua Clottey.
Oh, Joshua Clottey, that's true. Yes, exactly. You know, but we don't have that today. How does that make you feel, and what do you think is contributing to these successive losses we're getting?
Well, anytime they ask me this question, I said that God time is the best. You know, maybe God is. You know, in our time we have about 4, 5, 6 champions at a time. No, maybe God is preparing for 10 or 15 champions at a time.
Okay.
So let's wait and give God a chance.
Absolutely. Well, Azumah Nelson, legend. It has been a wonderful honor to have you in our studio, to spend time with you this morning. Final question is from someone says, is there anything like boxing age, as in football age, where people reduce their age so they can fight?
I don't think so, because football is different, and this one, boxing, is punches. You know, when they are hitting your head, and if you are 40 years and say you are 20 years, nobody matters. You know, you want your trouble.
But then you're happy.
Happy. You can't reduce your age when it comes to boxing.
That's right.
Kill yourself.
That's right. Mary Joyce says, I'm enjoying the interview process. Such a good sense of humor. Of course, he's a tabon.
We
have a good sense of humor and a little bit of mischief as well. But unfortunately, this is all time would allow us. If I had my way, we would have this conversation for the rest of the day. But thank you once again. And on behalf of Team Asasi, our family and our friends, we are grateful that you made time to join us.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to say thank you for Team Asasi for inviting me, and God bless you all.
Thank you. And that's how we wrap up. We're back tomorrow with more on the Asasi Breakfast Show, and stay safe. The news is up next, and then after that, we will bring you Asasi Cafe. God bless us all. Be safe.
People here didn't treat us good. You know, they make all kind of ways to get the title from us.